Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? Chappie's Crypto, Alex, Eric, Aaron, Gustavo, Nikki Davidson, Nelson, Odin, Burnett, Gustavo, Carl, Old Ahab, Long and Short, Ronzi, Chris B, Boots, Axel, Michael Wells, Big Blaze. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? So today, what we are going to talk about, and we're gonna best intro music. Thank you. Metza, LUP. Good morning. Janelle. We're gonna talk about how to find a perfect entry when this is happening in the market, right? I think a lot of people are struggling with, especially if they missed the original Crypto Digs, Aratza, Scott Galloway, Rex, Cock, CEO, Mad Cats. Good morning. I'm seeing a lot of new names in the chat this morning. That's awesome. Welcome everybody. If you are new, Miss B, hey, Ronzi, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Welcome all of our new members. I'm seeing a lot of new names in the chat this morning. That's good to hear, good to see. Hopefully we can share our message and help you guys back. Opening up red pills pack. Yeah, I'm taking my red pills right now. I gotta take my daily dose of red pills. Did you guys hear that on the thing? JKJ, Crypto Chemist, what's up? Bayo, Magic Man, what's up? Brad, just a quick question. Is ETH got a load of trap shorts? Let's take a peek. Check.
Absorption support zone. Absorption support zone.
Yeah, I still didn't figure that out. I thought I turned off all those alarms, but apparently not. So there they are. Let's see. It does look like it has, I don't know about a load of trap shorts. There is double single prints here, which is interesting. Looks like some buyers tried to step in and then got squeezed out again. So we do have a poor low. So what we'll look for, Andy's what we'll look for. You see the DXY? I did see the DXY burn it. Yes, I did. Looking good for some, not good for others. But the US Open, let's watch and see how this US Open treats the rest of the market. I feel like it's not updating. I guess it. Let's refresh it. Still in a short from 31064, 10% still in. Good shit, Big Blaze. Good shit. Yeah, welcome if you're new here. If you are new here, join the Discord, introduce yourself. Don't be a stranger. We're all friendly here. We're all trying to accomplish the same goals. So, don't be alarmed. You're in a boring meeting. So what I wanted to show you guys is kind of what we talked about yesterday on stream, and then we talked about it yesterday in the class as well, on Bitcoin before this initial drop, right? So if you look, let me zoom this in so you guys can see this. I was looking at this morning. If you look at this price action down here, and you look at the price action, so if you look at this price action here, and you look at this price action here, very similar. We have single prints to the upside, downside excess, right? Price kind of drifted up and now is coming back down and then came back down, right? So the first thing I wanted to talk about would have been our perfect entry that we talked about yesterday. And of course it happened, right off the Asia Open, like we were kind of expecting. We came up, we got into these single prints, and where did we hit resistance? Right at our resistance zone. Manage this real quick. At that gap. Okay. And this is what I was talking about. These are these perfect entries that we're talking about. So as soon as we see that it fails, it comes back down into structure. This is where you hit that short, right? Your stop could be back into the singles. Excuse me. Back into the singles or the top of singles if you shorted a little bit early on this break or on this fail to test these singles, right? And if we look at the volume, you look at the volume that comes up with this A period, right? It was just a little release, right? So you get short there, and that's your stop. So short here, here's your stop, or you're short here when we come back into structure. Your stop is A high. That's what you're looking for as far as the perfect entry. But you know, let's say you missed it. Let's say you didn't get that chance, and it let's turn these candles on so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Um, let's say you missed it and you didn't get a chance to get in right there, right? You had a couple of other chances yesterday if you're watching to get into some of these trades. Yes, it's just on a tear. I like see if it's fill this view up. Irish Bull, what's up? Greg, John Brennan. Morning, good morning. So we see that it comes down, right? It leaves some single prints in the session. The D period opens up, tries to go up. Well, I guess it opens here, went down, failed, and then this E period opens, goes back, can't fill the singles. Boom, there's the short, right? This is probably even a safer short than the one up here because your stop is going to be tighter. So you see that it fails the shorts, it comes back into the structure, you hit the short, your stop goes right in the singles, right? Let's say you missed this one too. Auto, good morning. Decentralized, good morning. Same thing right here. F opens up, ticks 2 ticks into the singles, doesn't fill, comes back down, click the short, stop goes into the single prints, write it down. Peter Moore, good morning, good morning. These are, key things that you're not going to get from a candlestick chart or from any other chart for that matter, that you're only going to get right here with the TPO. So, and these are going to be, your perfect entries. Even as you see here, if you've taken the boot camp, one of the plays we talk about is called the corner kick, and this was a perfect corner kick setup. Right on the break, you got the retest. So your more aggressive short was here, less aggressive short was here. Nice little move. Now we're in structure. The excess, looks like that happened since I've been talking. We're starting to move down a little bit. There's running some stops, so it looks like we're setting up a nice little corner kick as well. Again, I want to see if we can break these lows. 897, yo, what's up? Scott Ski, good morning, good morning. Prepare your ears, guys. All right. Blue, good morning. Ian, good morning. Good morning. So now we're getting a little pull down. Let's take a peek back at ETH and see if they're going to go to prepare that pour low. So typically when the market puts in a pour low like this, right? So we see the market come down. Now we've got about 3 ticks here. So I don't know if I would say that's, technically a pour low, especially on ETH. Consider it a pour low. We do have a little 45-degree angle right here, so which is showing that, every time we come down a little bit lower, supply shuts off. We get a good excess to kind of clean all of this space up. So now what we're focused on is kind of this right here. So we've got good excess to the bottom. We have our structure right here, putting in a little bit more excess, no real excess to the top, no real test of these single prints. So what we're looking for, if we're looking for our next best trade on ETH, right, is we're looking for a break of this structure. As far as to the downside, because we had this lower excess, it's going to be a little bit more time to wait to the downside. But on the upside, you're looking at the break of this C period. You can run all of these stops. All these stops are lined up. And the way you're going to know if you're right on the trade is if we fill these single prints, right? That's what you're looking for. Does any of you know why BTC USDT bid-ask chart cannot load properly on Go charts? I'm not sure. It might have to do with the tick size, honestly. It might. I'm not sure though, to be honest with you. JD, good morning, good morning. Or good evening, yeah. Good morning, good evening. Chum, good morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day. Wherever you are, remember that you are always welcome here. No one's gonna tell you to F off here. And so that's what I'm looking for ETH, right? So take ETH, draw our little structure, pop these tops, right? You have stops, lined up right here. C high, A and B, W, Q, P, O. That should give us some gas to close these singles, right? Once we get back into here, we might see some selling, defend the position, but this could be a decent size spot to get in. Grubba, what's up? Back again like Slim Shady. Tommy, Young Cryptic, how's it going, guys? And let's take a peek at Bitcoin, find our next best trades for Bitcoin. The old BTC.
Absorption support zone.
I haven't figured out how to turn her off, guys, so you just have to bear with me. So for Bitcoin, it's kind of the same, kind of the same idea. We have all these stops lined up to the top. Get a nice little chunk in there to see if we can close the single prints. And, or below. I'm not really liking this low. Let's zoom out. Let's find some. Wish we'd save all the lines that we draw. See if we can find some. What do you think about the massive bids under the 2K whales spoofing or support? I'm not sure. I was actually talking with James yesterday about how there is a huge put ratio taken out at 22.5. Oh, guys, it's taking too long. Let's just use here we go. Let's find us some.
Absorption support zone.
Damn, she's on that remix today, guys. 22.621. 21. You guys seen that meme? Yeah, so that's an expected level right there. See where we're gonna get these next couple levels. We got 29, 195, 70, 728. Those are our levels that we're looking at below. Right, so if we were to catch a little breakdown, this is the levels that we can expect to see some buying coming in. Remix. Do options affect the underlying? Yeah, definitely. Because people hedge against options. So, let's say that the market starts to go up. Well, what happens is in order to hedge against those options, they have to, depending upon which way they're going, you'll have to hedge against those positions. So you either have to buy or sell the market in order to hedge against your original position. So if your original position is short, you're going to have to go the opposite direction to hedge against that position. What's oil doing right now? Oh God, doing this oil. Oh, it's coming back a little bit. Here we go. We're coming up for that poor high on the yes. The bloke who sings 21. That 21 meme question thing. No, I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out. We're at the last support level, 29K. The last support level. Where are we going? Sorry, I got the wrong ETH. Is that B profile, thus trapped longs, which is why you're saying momentum if we get above C. Yeah, I think all of these like A and B is probably some trapped longs as well. Yeah, I think so. You see where the volume came in, right? We got volume coming in here and they were expecting that breakout. We didn't get the breakout. Price trades back down. They probably got stopped out during C period, but there is probably still some holding, trapped. Get rid of the volume profile. Yeah, so what I was talking about yesterday too, I talked about it in the class. So if you guys get a profile like this, right? So let's say, and this is more of a trending day already. But let's say there was, double distribution. You can do the same thing here. Just cut the profile off right here when we start to get back in the range, and consider this your profile, right? So we have some, kind of weak excess on the downside. We have good excess on the top side, which is those single prints, right? So good excess. That's going to show the short position up there. Supply gets shut off right here, and now we're in this balance zone. So, I like to tighten up my range to see where we're at, and as you can see, we're kind of getting towards the bottom of our balance zone. So if we start to push much past this, we can try to get to this low here. Yeah, I would say that's a poor low. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't see that T period that you were talking about, Andy's, with that fucking volume profile in the way because they put it wrong. Yeah, so this is definitely a poor low. So you want to see when you have poor lows like this or poor highs, depending upon which side you're looking at. A lot of times, what happens is the market tries to repair this. It comes down, gets you that good excess, and then moves back into value. So that's something to be looking for as well on ETH. Take a look at Bitcoin. Take the volume profile off. If we have a poor low. Yeah, we also have a poor low on Bitcoin as well. So that volume profile can kind of get in the way. That's pretty unfortunate. We have that poor low, so look for them to try to maybe repair that, get some good excess. Maybe the price comes down to one of our levels, and then returns back into value. Then we can try that upside, right? But you're going to be prepared for both. You're not just going to sit and wait for one. You're looking for both. So I think my head is 7.25. Might have grown since boot camp. Clockwatcher, good morning. Good morning. So we repaired, if Eric is in here, we repaired that poor high on the ES, right? And now we're trading back down. You want to see if there's going to be continuation, and the way you're going to be able to confirm if there's going to be continuation is with volume. Cardano withdrawals are suspended on Binance? Really? That's the thing about those shady ass, brokers or exchanges for crypto, man. They can do whatever they want. They're not regulated. Just like Robinhood. The reason Robinhood's getting sued right now is because of them just like blocking people from selling shit. Oh yeah. I'll do that. It's no problem. Yeah, so I have below, I have 29,195, 29,070, and 28,798. And I think those are the same levels. I guess it's 728. This one's going to be 728. So 728, not 798. Also some singles on the 18th on the ES. To the upside or to the downside, Tommy? What are your thoughts about shorting XRP? Where's CryptoChem at? Is that your alt account? Arati, what's up? I think that's a new name. Welcome. If you're not in the Discord, hop in the Discord and say what's up. Introduce yourself. It's always nice to have some new people, and we have a community that is welcoming of all, and we try to help everyone that we can. So XRP. Let's take a peek. Where's it at? XRP. You want to see it hold above the structure. Do you want to short? Let's see. Let's see. He said shorting from. Oh, you're short from 65 cents. Okay, okay, nice, nice. You're looking good. So you see, XRP didn't leave a lot of singles on the way down. So what does that tell us? Where's my boot camp class? Die, XRP, die. What is this telling us? I'll have to fail you guys. Yeah, let's bang that like button. Let's do it. Let's do it. $86.75 is that next level up. Oh, okay. I see what the singles you're talking about. Those B singles. Yeah, yeah, up to 83 quarter. Yeah, we just closed them. Extra credit questions. Better to close. Um, I mean, you've made a pretty you're up a pretty good amount, right? But no. So what this is telling us, right? So we had the liquidation here. So this is where there was a long position. But you notice in all of the other coins that we've looked at so far, there was two. So that means that more buyers came in and tried to support this, whereas they just let XRP die, right? Let it came down here or come down here, and they just decided to buy down here back into value, right? So I would say that you're pretty safe in the trade until price starts to get back up to this 54. So if you want to give yourself, that couple of cents range, then I think that you have decent amount of time. Yeah, we saw a position come in here, right? Some buyers stepped in, some buyers stepped in, buyers came in, failed corner kick. Looks like it wants to set up another one maybe. We're gonna have to make another play called the camel. Oh, my mouse is getting all fucked up. We get a failed corner kick and then the rebound. Call it the camel. Nobody wanted $5 apples. There we go. Nobody wanted them. Like, hey, you want an apple for $5? Everyone's like, fuck no. I can go to Safeway, get them for $1 a pound. So, you see any good opportunity in the near future? What are you talking about, Tekken? Yeah, I mean, you have the space, right? If you get above, if you start to get up out of this value area, you want to see if there's going to be buying that comes in. If it starts to close these single prints, yeah, I'd close the trade. I mean, honestly, you've hit. I don't know what your goal is or what kind of trades you're doing. How do I say that? Arati. I don't know. What your goal is, or you said you're short from 65, so you've been in this short for a minute, right? Um, you know, Probably a pretty decent chunk of cash that you're up right now, so not a bad spot. Oh, the BTC chart. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's still going to count as a continuation. I'm just trailing this thing up now. See our next level up. We hit the 86 quarter. Next level up, I'm looking at 91.75 on the ES. That found value. Yep. Progressive Martian. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate the 420. Oh, you get your laptop back soon. Nice. Did you get it fixed? And this value shift down. Take a look at the charts. Not really seeing like sellers get too busy. Eat for a second. Never mind. Yeah, so we saw some people try to short that breakout there. Didn't get it. And then people are defending this level here. This is where sellers are defending. And that makes sense because it's right above structure. So, same thing probably with ETH, I imagine. Yeah, ETH is a little bit more balanced. You're getting a little bit bigger of a short position on ETH as far as like defense goes, but we are starting to see some buying come in. Yeah, we're coming down a little bit, but let's see if we get back down to this 1735 level, if real sellers come in and start to break these lows. Elaborate on how they are selling, order, and buying, please. Pour low on the ES or pour high on the ES. Interesting. Carlos, what do you mean? Kevin Doyle swing pattern failure? I'm not sure what swing pattern you're referring to. What date are you referring to? Elaborate. Oh, how they hide their selling order and buying order? Oh yeah. I can do that. Yeah. So basically, all right, if we zoom in on, let's just zoom in on this chart here, right? It's over. Let's move this over. So, oh shit, whatever. So if we have our orders, right? These are orders that have been executed. They either get executed on the bid, which is the left side, or the ask, which is the right side. If they get executed on the bid, that's going to be a sell order. And so it's going to look like this, right? So these are bids, and this is the ask, right? And if a seller wants to get into the market, they have to sell the bid, right? Or they can wait passively and let a bidder buy their asking price, right? But if a buyer buys the asking price, that's going to show up as green. So if this is a big seller, let's say, right? So like right here, we're seeing a lot of selling, and price is not going down. So there could be a big buyer just sitting right here, sitting right here, and letting sellers just sell into him, sell into him, sell into him. That's why this number is going up and price is not following through, right? Because these are actually bidding orders. So this bid is still here. So maybe he needs 100 apples, right? This guy just ran out of apples. He only had 90. He sold them all aggressively at this spot, and now he has to let the next seller come in and try to sell. So basically what's happening is that's how these people are buying the orders. That's why I tell you guys, you got to be careful with Delta, because a lot of times Delta can get people in trouble. Yo, Luis, what's up, man? Matt Flint, good morning, good morning. It can get people in a lot of trouble because they don't realize that that's what happens, right? And so we saw this big selling, big buyer just came in aggressively, started pushing the market back up. Now we're seeing some selling come back into that same spot, right? And so we want to see, you got to look for the follow through when you're looking at these numbers. That's the key. Is like you're not really looking to see, who is how big the number is. You want to see the follow through after the number changes. If it goes up, right? So here, let's zoom back in. We saw it go to 2.1 and it actually came through. So that buyer must have moved out of the way, right? So this buyer right here, this 3.4 buyer, his stop is here. So if he breaks down much through here, and this is that same spot we were looking at to see if sellers are going to come back in to push price down further. Try to get back to where originally you had some sellers get trapped. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, no problem, Carlos. Glad that helps. All right, Odin. Catch you later, bro. Have fun at work. Frazier, what's up, man? What's up? Waiting for a nice little setup. Look at that buying response, right? They came down, got the exchange going. Now they're on the way back up. Buyers decided to that they could step it up lower. And so let me show you guys what this looks like on Go Charts. If Go Charts updates. Yep, buyers absorbing. Exactly. Go Charts. Nope. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's our play, guys. Well, now that we broke it, we want to see it hold the impulse area. Here we go. Now I can show you guys what this looks like. Go Charts is just fucking being worthless. ETH filled those single prints. Nice. All of them or just this? Let's see. Let's look at ETH real quick. Oh, just these ones right here. Okay. And then it's back down to the impulse area. Let's see if ETH is going to lead the way. Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit to try to find some buyers. Quickest stop out ever. Did you short, Chirp? Stop hunt rise. God, Go charts is just being worthless as shit right now. You say go charts is worthless? Yes, I did. It's being worthless right now. No, I normally like it, but right now maybe it's the quad screen. Maybe it's just too much for this thing. Let's go back to double screen. It's just the browser itself is just like, I think they're trying to do too much to it. Yeah. See, the double screen works fine. I think the quad screen might be too much. So take a look at this, right? So we're looks like we're gonna keep going up, but um we get down here to this bottom and you see selling come back in at that, that same spot that we were expecting selling to come back in at, and it just doesn't go anywhere. It just stops right there, almost, right to the tick. So basically, when we were up, where was it at? We were up here. Here? I don't know. Yeah. Time is My price is so fucked up. Maybe they'll give us another few months. That'd be cool. Yeah, when we were right here, right? They basically just let the sellers come back down. They saw that these guys really wanted to sell. This is why we get this huge negative at the bottom, and buyers are just sitting down here, doing their little their Pac-Man thing, and they're just eating, like we say, they're just eating red dots. Look how thin the volume is on the way back up, right? You've got no volume here. Sellers just basically ran for the hills and then tried it up a little bit higher, but they didn't try to sell this spot at all. So this is a thin spot. So this is a spot that we want to mark on our chart. See if it's going to get fixed, right? Because there's no volume in this spot at all. We want to see if sellers push down to fill that in, because if they cannot, this is almost, it's kind of like a little hidden single prints action, right? There's no volume in here. See if these sellers try to come back down in here to fill this gap. It's like a weak spot, like the weakest link in the chain, they say. D. Robinson, good morning. Right, and you'll start to see if they're going to fill this up, right? We're starting to see some selling volume. You're starting to see buying volume defend this. See if these sellers try to sell this up. But that's what happens. That's like, kind of like we talked about with the auction, right? So as these as we're going up, and when we go up fast like that, you get a lot of people trying to get out of their position quickly, right? And so if you're a seller, you have to buy something back for, either you buy it back for less or you buy it back for more, right? But either way, as soon as you sell something, you're going to be a buyer. Well, if price starts to rise fast, what happens is you've got all these people in line try to buy their position back. And so there's basically a mad rush to the door of them trying to buy stuff back. So if somebody is selling this for $1, and this buyer takes that one, and then someone sells it for $1.50, and then this buyer takes that one, and then someone sells this one for $1.75, and this buyer takes that one. Well, these guys in the back, they're just doing whatever they can. They're moving their prices around. They're just trying to get in, and that's what's causing, these thin spots to happen like that. There's just a huge rush to get out of their short position, right? And they're probably short right here, right? And instead of waiting for their stop to get hit, they saw that big buyers were coming in. They saw the trap, and they were like, all right, let me try to get out as fast as possible. And, a lot of them weren't able to get out, which caused them to be buying up here, caused us to run those stops to the upside. A little classical Bitcoin move that she likes to do. Good excess on the ES to the upside now. Still wouldn't be shorting. We're above yesterday's structure. So look for it to, if it's going to come back down, look for yesterday's prior day high, or the overnight high at 42.79 quarter. Why don't they like weak spots? Um, well, it's not really that they don't like it. It just shows you where the position is at, and that's what they don't like. That's what they don't like. They don't like you to know where their position is at, right? So if you had all these people short, who do you think bought it right there, right? Wholesale. So they bought it up. I mean, they probably sold a lot of it already, but this is where they bought up the position. So this is where the last bit of their position is at. So they bought up all of this, moved price up. There was the mad rush to the door to sell all, the apples. And so now they're gonna defend. People are trying to come in here to sell. They're just gonna keep buying it in that same spot and try to move price up to see if this seller is, you know, if it's an actual real seller, if it's just a short-term seller, right? Imagine if we look at this profile. Let's look at the daily profile. Well, we can just look at it right here. So if we look at this profile, and let's do this. The TPO settings. Let's split London. There we go. So, and even if we don't want to split this. So here's our push down, right? And if we see the London session, here's our value area high, here's our value area low, and this is combining the London session with the US session and the CME. We're just making a new profile. But you want to look at something like this. This is going to tell you there's a poor high in this area, right? Like I said, you wanted to try to make a new profile. So O period tried to come up, couldn't break those B or C tops, right? That's letting you know that there's not real buying coming in. And so if we're looking for supply, we have this excess to the downside, but this is a poor low, right? We have a poor low to the bottom. So you want to see if they're going to try to repair it, right? And if they repair it, is it going to be, just good excess and then come back into value, or is it going to go into that imbalance and search for a lower value, right? That's why we have our levels below, our 28.728 being the low of whatever day that was, but it's that's a pretty slippery slope to short down there. Stuck shorts down here, Andy's, yeah. But that's why they want to come in, and if we start breaking these lows, that's going to let you know that there's actual supply in the market, and size sellers are going to be able to break this low right here. So we go right to the tick. We set in, I had to set a lead runner in case that poor low gave way. Now we look to the right to see if we're going to get selling that comes in. Not seeing any sellers come in. So now we have another poor low. So this is telling you if we had real supply in the market, we would have repaired this poor low, but we didn't. So now it comes down, and we'll see how it acts at this value area low. See if it rejects and then tries it again, or if it just returns back into value, back into the POC. Right, we can see the value is shifting down right here. And the reason being is because naturally the market wants to repair this poor low. This time it tried it, wasn't able to. So you want to see if it's going to hold underneath a value or out of value and start to look for, an imbalance, right? We had an excess, right? Poor low though, and you want to see if it's going to repair that. This is actually good practice because today we are going to be talking about poor lows in the boot camp. So for those of you guys that have boot camp today, we're going to be going over some poor lows. So you guys should be excited. Watch for it to hold, or it's getting out, which will produce extra buyers. Exactly. Look at this O period. I wonder if there's some news. Look at the markets just rallying. The US market is just on a tear to the upside, guys. There's one hell of a trail. Where's my boy Walter? Oil futures turn positive. US stocks are up 1%. The ES is actually up 1.1%. The Dow's up 1.5. The Russell's up 2%. The Nasdaq's up 0.5%. Copper and silver, concentrate. Let's take a peek over here. Let's look at the dollar. Dollar I like to look at on the daily. Oh, where's it at? Not showing it. Oh, here we go. Look at it. Came right back up to it. Remember we drew this line a couple weeks ago, guys? A couple days ago. Came right back up to it. Back tested it. Now it's above it. It's climbing. Let's look at the 10-year. 10-year must be taking a shit because it wasn't market. Yeah, it is. Market would be going down. 1.16. What a drop. Remember when we were back up here, this 1.7 area, and everyone was panicking. Oh, the market's going to crash. The market's going to crash. All right, this is why it's important not to just, pay attention to just one thing. That's interesting, by the U.S. session. Normally, the U.S. session really doesn't do that. Try to get control of the full position. So that's interesting. What else is he saying? Well, I'd say they have it. Yes, yeah. They so as well. With super thin volume on the downside too. And this is key, guys. So this is I don't know if you guys are getting this. Is that the 10-year that has the most influence on mortgage rates? It's just the 10-year yields. So yeah, it does affect the mortgage rates. It just affects rates in general, like how they're gonna it basically is just like an inflation gauge. Another one you can use as well too is that I like to use is TLT. So we see TLT is making a nice little rise up. This is like the inverse to the 10 years. So if you don't really like shorting stuff, you can go long on TLT when the 10-year is going down. That 140 level. My buddy Josh, that's what he trades. But so when, let's say if you were to take that M breakout, right? And when it comes up to a very specific spot and doesn't break it, that's where you know that it's time to call it, right? Same thing with this. Let's say if you were to take that breakout of N, when it comes right down to the bottom, doesn't break it, that's where you know to close it. Or, or this could have been a spot to hit the long button, right? And your stop is tight. Your stop is the break of the low because you know that's it, right? Or maybe right here because you have a level very close. Stop goes there, goes up. Good to get a chance to get back in here. Nice. Yeah, you've been gone, huh? Working? Alt R to auto zoom on TradingView. Oh, okay. Alex is always there with the hotkeys for me. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. I like to do things the hard way. Jake, what's up? Late to the party. But yes, yes. Better late than never. That's right. It looks like they came down, they filled in that zone. And now they're trading it back up. Now we can go ahead and delete this. So they built their position back in the same spot. Yeah, Andy, that is your favorite trade, huh? And so look, on this one, it shows that it broke the low. This is Bybit USD, and this is USDT. So it says that it didn't break the low. This is why I hate these exchanges. Yeah, so this one broke the low. It's on 15 ticks. Yeah, so it broke, this thing's saying that it broke the low by 2 ticks, right? Zihi, what's up, man? We didn't see you yesterday. I thought you were asleep. Somebody didn't hit the like button. Yeah, we're about to send a search party for you, Z. I thought you got kidnapped. Yeah, that's interesting. You would think that it would be, I mean, I understand how it's traded differently. One's traded coin, one's traded currency, but still. But at least trade the same price. That's the thing about futures, man. When you're trading futures, no matter, like I'm trading through Ninja Trader, Eric Smith, is trading through Amped. We're seeing the exact same thing on our screens, right? There's no difference of price as far as what service it's going through. Andy Carlson, good morning. Gravesite 2K, what's the purpose of going all the way up and all the way down? Does it just trap more trades? Yeah, basically it just gets people into the market, right? So, let's say if there's a bunch of people that are waiting to buy down here, it comes down and it scoops them all up, finds all the buyers, and then brings price back up, right? And the same thing on the upside. It finds a bunch of people that are wanting to sell, but they're wanting to sell this top, so it comes up, executes all their orders, and gets them all in the market. That's how the market maker provides liquidity and moves to liquidity. So now that we're back into value, the market's going to be ranging or in balance until we get some buyers coming from up here, moving up to push the price up, or some sellers from up here to come down and push the price down, right? And so if it's real supply will break lows and real demand will break highs. But if there's no actual big positions or big players in the market today, then we will just stay in balance. And the market makers will do this. That way we don't just trade like this throughout the day, right? We just saw the point of control shift up. Well, that tells us that we're putting value in a little bit higher now. Look at this, right? Let's go back to our 24-hour. Catherine, good morning. RIP ETH. RIP Dogecoin. Did Dogecoin die yet? What's it at? 1 cent? You're gonna go to futures for sure. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's good. I like to do both. The thing is, I just like to. I'm a lot more patient when it comes to crypto. I like trading crypto because of the big moves that it makes. Um, obviously we've seen in the past couple of days it's made some good moves, but I like the futures market just because it's a little bit easier to make a buck, and it's all less variables, I guess. Right now we have some single prints below on ES. I don't even know if you can look at Dogecoin on this thing. Doesn't look like it because they don't consider it a coin, really, not a real coin at least. Few points here, few points there, makes for a nice day. Exactly. Yeah, as long as you don't get greedy and try to capture like some gigantic move, yeah, you can let a runner run, but there's no need to force anything. We had a nice we had a really nice like a really, let me show you guys. Today was almost like the perfect ES setup, I guess. Are you gonna fucking move? What are you doing? So if we're looking at the ES, right? So this is today's cash session, but this is the overnight session, right? So we have the high here, the low here. Here's the open of the cash session. Look what it does. Comes down, puts in nice excess, then turns back up to go to repair this poor high, repairs the poor high, B period opens up, back test, doesn't come back down to this prior day high. This is letting you know, okay, buying is here, we have demand in the market, and then we trade up. We've got a big range on the open, but the thing is it goes to very key points. This is how every market trades. It's just this is zoomed out a little bit, but you have this low. It comes down, puts in nice excess, comes back up above the open, repairs the poor high. After it repairs the poor high, it trades up. The B period opens. We see good volume come in, right? Good volume come in on the B period open. B trades down, but doesn't come back down to the previous structure. That lets you know that there is demand in the market, and the demand is to the upside. Then B put in some single prints to the upside, and now C period is continuing its journey to the upside, right? We're seeing a bit of volume up in this area. Nothing like we saw right here, of course, because this is more towards the open. We are seeing some volume come in up here. What we'll do is we'll look a little bit to the left, just squeeze it down. Let me drag that back into profile. We'll expand this profile. See where we're seeing our levels. So right here, back to our levels that we had from yesterday before the breakdown, we're almost right back to that same spot. So on the break of this level, we're going to come back into a big value area where a bunch of people got short from the previous day. So this is the overnight session. This is yesterday's cash session. This is where a big short position was taken out. So if we start to break these levels, that's where these are going to be our targets, right? So if we go to break this B high, we're going to add right here. If we're looking for a long, look for the break. We're going to sell into the break. Into here, we expect to see some fighting. We see these huge positions, you know, just kind of waiting. People defending this level here. Once we look for that break, that's where we're you know, looking for that target up. Start to get into this thin volume up here. Now, I know it might look a little bit confusing, but it's the exact same thing that we're looking at on Bitcoin and XO. It's the exact same. By repairing a poor high, does that mean it had volume and continued upwards? So that just means that the auction is complete. Wow, you make that yes look so sexy. That's basically my trade. Had my target set, let it run, and boy, it ran. Big Blaze, are you trading the ES? I didn't know you were trading the ES. That's awesome. Oh, you can see Doge on Go Charting. Also, don't have to sell your crypto. Yeah, exactly. That website, Jake, is called COT. It's called tradingstir.com. Here, I'll post it for you. Yeah, I was looking at the Go Charting updates. I'm in their Discord and I saw some of their updates today. So notice how C period came up and didn't take those tops. Yeah, so we see them just at kind of like a neutral position, right? If they're actually net positive, but just not by much, but they're at a neutral position on Bitcoin. Institutional money is. Oh shit, hell yeah. Nice. Awesome. Well, good to hear and good trade, man. Awesome. Are the volume indicators in Ninja a little better than XO in terms of showing positions above and below the current value area? So if you're looking, so this is resting orders. This is like a DOM, right? The thing about the DOM with the ES or any CME futures is this is the full DOM. So if I zoom in here, let me zoom in here for you. So you can see every order that's going to be on the book, right? This is just showing the moving of the positions, and this is showing the adding of positions. So I don't really pay attention to this much. James likes this a lot. I'm more interested in this over here, but so you see there's 532 offers sitting up here at this price of 98 or 97.75, right? And so on Bitcoin, you're only getting to see this information from one exchange, whether you're trading, BTC on Bybit, or where you're trading on Binance, or where you're trading on BitMEX, or whatever exchange you're trading it on. You only get that information, so it's misleading, and there is guaranteed people that are doing it for sure on like putting fake orders in because they can't get in trouble for it. Spoofing in the CME futures is against the law. People do it, right? But it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder to get away with it. But this is just a regular volume profile. The only thing is, it's just a tick. Oops. They're just by ticks. So, and the thing with Bitcoin is because it's not as liquid. So this is a very liquid market. So there's buyers and sellers at every single level, right? Whereas if you were to take Bitcoin and put it on one tick, and this is what it looks like on one tick. Looks like shit. But if we were to zoom all the way in, this thing can barely handle it, but like we're trying to keep up with price right now. Price is just jumping. So see how price just is just jumping around? See, like it just disappears, right? It's jumping around. That's because it's not a liquid market. And that's why we have to aggregate these ticks. I like to use 20. If you're trading CME futures, they're using 50. Um, but it's because it's not a liquid market. Whereas on the ES or any of the CME futures, there's buyers and sellers at every level. So this thing is never just going to just go from here to off the screen, right? There's buyers at all these levels. Yeah, it might run through them quick because there's small orders, 100 orders. So big order could buy right through that, right? You have this big seller here. So if it comes up, he's basically trying to sell the offsides play, a little excess right here, push it down. You see, they're trying to hold price down because this is probably where their position's at. They're putting this big offer here, trying to sell everything they have right here before it comes back up, and they get the rest of their shit ran up for break even. So, but that's the difference there. Yeah, spoofing in crypto is guaranteed. Yeah, for 100%. Here we go. Let's see if we're gonna break these highs and eat into our level. So pour high. Look for it to come back down to find a buyer. And then remember, we want to sell into the strength. So we want to be selling. If you're in right now on the ES, you want to be selling, taking profit at that 29.75 if it comes back up to that level. You've convinced me which way I'm going. And you can do both, guys. You don't have. So the thing is, the ES, the only, I mean, it does trade 24 hours a day. It doesn't trade on the weekends, which is nice because then you're not kind of wanting to get in on the weekends, right? But also, it on the COT, do you notice when institutional money is leaning bullish or bearish? Um, so the thing about the COT is it's delayed, which is unfortunate. So this is as of the 13th. So it's as of last Tuesday. So they're making another report today, and the report won't come out until Friday. So on Friday, we'll get to see, who is oh, come on. That's so unfortunate. Here we go. There we go. Trail it up. Take some profit at our level. The add them out. The thing is, it's it's delayed, right? So they could be building a whole new position the rest of that week. What it does tell you is as of the 13th. So, if we go to, let's just go to trading view. Um, so if we go in trading view on the 13th, it tells you that they're basically neutral, right? And they're starting to try to build a position. See that big bid on the ES trying to just hold it down. Or big offer, I mean. Once that thing goes, once that 403 or that 395, once that big offer gets out of the way, this thing's gonna go up. I don't think those are real sellers. I think they're just trying to hold the market down. Um, but basically on the 13th, which is here, that's telling us that they were neutral, right? They had taken off most of their short position. Did they add it back during this period? There's no way to know until the next report comes out. A lot of times it lets us know where their original position was at. So if we go to the COT report and we look at historical data, we go back to like June 8th, we can see on June 8th, they were net short, big time net short, and they were adding 120 contracts to their short position. We go back over here, look at the 8th, and on the 8th, they were adding to the short position, right? And so they're adding to this short position big time on this way up. And so the next date, if we go over, and this is just basically how I go to look at these, is the 15th. They had added to their long position. And that's the thing that you don't really get to see, because you don't get to see it in real time, right? If we get to see it in real time. So here they were short, but that doesn't mean that they didn't close their shorts, add to their long position, and then by the 15th start adding more to their long position after they went short, right? Boom, there it is. It's like clockwork, Tommy, like clockwork. We just know that it's going to happen. As soon as that offer moved out of the way, there it goes. I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't catch it, but hopefully you guys did. Hopefully you guys caught a little Paparuski, Big Blaze, Tommy, Eric Smith. My next level up is here. I'll just show you. These are my next levels up. So I'm looking at 4305 quarter. We broke my first level at 3050, and then 7, and then 8 quarter. Basically just structure. These structure highs, this V high. We came back into this structure here. That value area high. We don't really have much up here. And this is a lot of people like got real short yesterday. This is just them getting their fucking head squeezed, bro. That's all it is. They got real short. You know what I kind of wonder? Let's take a peek at I did take a little position out yesterday. And nobody laugh at me. You could laugh, I don't mind. I'll be alright. No worries, no worries. No. I'm here for you guys, bro. That's all I'm here for. Let's look at boy. Oh, very nice. All right, so I took out a little GameStop position yesterday, and it's working out, pretty decent. And that was the reason is I was thinking that people were going to short, and so where were they going to try to short? They're going to probably try to short shitty stocks with their weak hands. They don't have the real courage to actually short, or the cash flow to actually short. So we hit some options on here. And let's check the other one. AMC is up as well. I took a long position yesterday on AMC as well, so not too shabby, not looking too bad, right? Where we'll look for it to see if it's going to stall out. It's maybe this 38 level, but I think it could squeeze up a little bit more. Take a look at Delta. Delta bounced as well. We're looking for Delta to come back up to the 40 level. I like that. Carnival. Thank God we closed the short. Probably still could have held it, I guess, but if it closes this gap. This is what's nice about stocks. So GME's so funny. I noticed GameStop gift cards in the grocery store yesterday. Chuckled to myself. Here we go. We're about to pop that next level. It wants it. See that big offer sitting right here? So look at this. They're doing the exact same thing. So there's this big offer sitting right here, and it was sitting right here. That's what I was saying. If that offer moves out of the way, we're gonna go. Look, the offer's gone. Well, now our next level up, if we've got demand in the market, we'll buy these stops right here, and we'll push up to this level here. So let's see if there is some demand. If we've got the actual buyers, look for buyers to come up. Seeing, here, let me move all this fucking shit out of the way. Seeing some selling actually come in. So they're defending top of the structure. We're not getting any follow through on the volume, right? We got that volume here. We got some volume here. Broke the levels. That was a stop run. Got here. Got some more volume. Now we need this volume to come back in so we can complete this super snowman. If not, we're just going to melt back down. And you'll try to see them fill in this thin spot. So we'll come back down here, see if there's more buyers in this area. If buyers step up, they'll try to push these highs. If there's no buyers that come back in here, they'll go back to this thin spot to see if there's any buyers that are going to come in. If not, they're going to look for buyers here. If not, they're going to look for buyers here. This is how they're trading. No, they're not spoofing. So stocks are more sensitive to gaps. Yeah, they are. They're not spoofing. This is a real order. So if there was a big buyer that came in, this order would execute. Right? What they're doing is they're putting the big order in to try to basically kind of scare the market down, right? But it's a real offer. That's why they're not putting it at the ask, because they know they would start to get filled. And the way that you can tell, because all they do is they put it here. Or let's say they put it here, and then they just move it, and they put it here, then they move it, and they put it here, and they move it, and they put it here. You can tell when it doesn't move, and then it starts to get filled, right? So you start to hit up against it, hit up against it, hit up against it, and then either price will drift down when there's no more buyers, or if this order gets filled, you'll see a little run. And a lot of times what happens is you got this, see this 270 right here sitting. If we get these buyers that are sitting down here waiting, if they come up, say they're sitting in this thin spot, if they come up and decide to get filled right here, then you'll see a little spark, little smackarooski, and that will buy in all of these sellers, and these sellers will get in maybe where they don't want to, maybe where they do want to. Kyle, good morning. Carnival's trying to close the gap. We got a gap up to gaps up to 2081. See if it closes that gap. Bitcoin doing not shit. About ETH. He's kind of doing the same thing, just hanging out. Let's take a peek at our cluster chart. Look at all the volume that came in at the bottom. So this is just volume, right? Has nothing to do with actual value. It's just volume, which we know we don't value. Oh, there's that pop on it. Keep going. Yeah, that's all right. I missed the trade. Be all right. So here's that value on the volume. I mean, not value. We see these two thin spots on the way down, and then more volume up here. And so if we start to break above this area, right, you see sellers came in heavy at this spot. This is where you're going to look for price to find more value. Right? Maybe, maybe in here, but these are where these single prints are at, and then it starts to try to find value up at a higher rate. You notice how these on ETH are, pretty much, solid fills, when our last two kind of look like they kind of look like Thor's hammer. Just, falling from the sky. We try to catch it, you just get fucked, right? Let's look at Bitcoin on the cluster chart as well. Oh, that is Bitcoin. I was looking at ETH. Ugh, ETH looks like shit. Yeah, it's such a thin market. Why is it on daily? Oh yeah, that's the daily chart. That's right. Let's look at it on a 20 tick and see if it improves it a little bit. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. We kind of see the same thing, except for ETH has a lot more thin spots. This kind of looks like a mace. Yeah, that's an ugly thin spot, Alex. You're right. Let's see if they're gonna try to close it up, fill it in. And so basically, that other chart, guys, I don't know if I shared it. If I can, I just you just got to make sure you know how to use it. So it's basically a bid and ask profile. So this is a bid and ask profile for the session. That one just basically changes everything into a bid and ask profile. That way I can see where all the volume's coming in from the previous days, because I really hate this volume profile because it overlaps. And if I go like this and expand it, then it expands my clusters, right? And that's not what I want. I want to be able to see my profile and my volume, but I want to be able to see it in space. So like if I pull my ES chart over, right, you see how my volume profile doesn't overlap with my profile, with my actual profile, right? And if I wanted to expand it, it's not gonna go into that, right? So that's kind of what I like about it. Oh shit, what happened? Look, we're up past that level. Look, right to the tick. Right to the tick, guys. This is how, the market just trades so structurally. Goes up, hits our level right to the tick. I didn't adjust the level. You could watch the video back if you want. So our next level up, now that we're going to start drawing some more levels up, this thing is just getting eaten up. Look for that value area high. That's going to be one of our next levels up. There's a price gap up here too. That poor low. And the same thing happened yesterday, guys. So if we look at the US session from yesterday, the cash session. So we opened up before the sell-off. We opened up in range. There was a poor low. We repaired the poor low. B period opened up, back tested the low of structure, and then traded down for the rest of the day. And then the same thing today, for the most part. A period. Let me zoom this out a little bit because it's pretty wide range today. But so we had the poor high. A period opens up, tests the low of structure, puts in some nice excess. The auction gets completed to the downside. A lot of trap short inventory because, inventory is long overnight. So everything's long. So this is just overnight correction. Everyone closing some of their long positions. Go up. We repair the poor high. And after we repair the poor high, we go to backtest structure. Right? Can't make it back down to structure. We just trade up. Right? And this is And the reason that we're squeezing up so hard, and there's a couple of reasons. People are obviously buying, right? But there is people that want the market to go down, right? So today is a great day for James to be asleep, because guaranteed he'd have been shorting this whole time, right? And not having a great morning. And so when we're seeing single prints, right, we're seeing these lower gaps, and D period's about to open up in 1 minute, so we're about to see some more single prints from here to here. See that it's just, it's no bueno when you're trying to short this when we didn't even come back down to the structure, right? That's just a fool's game, right? Basically, that's developing a bias, and that's what you don't want to do. Here's D period, came right up to it. Big sellers sitting where at? Yes, or the value area high from the previous day. Prior, the prior day value area high. So, just how it works. That's the way the cookie crumbles, as my boy Walter Cronkite would say. The ES traders are so obedient. Freedom. I tried paper trading ETH over the weekend. It's definitely lower volume. Yeah, definitely. Just want to shout out any of our new members. If you are new in the channel, scroll down and join the Discord, and then get in that Discord and introduce yourself. Shout out yourself. Say, hey, I'm new. Where do I start? And we will, start. First step will be the crypto chemist passing you the red pill. You just slurp that thing down. I got some cold brew for you if you want to drink some cold brew. No cream or sugar though, so if you're into cream or sugar, you're fucked. There's probably someone's probably got cream or sugar for you. Clockwatcher's probably got some cream and sugar for you. So get that cream and sugar, get that coffee, get that caffeine rolling, get your brain engine turning, and start opening that mind and start looking at the TPO, right? Looking at something a little bit differently than you've ever looked at it. We're using market structure in here. And it's this is the real way to trade. That was a frisky bloody Yanks. Yeah, we don't sugarcoat in here. It's and I think I was thinking about it. Oh, Gold Dawn. Thank you for or Golden Owns 13. Thank you for the sub, man. Thank you. Don't hate it, don't date it, just trade it. Oh, I like that. And I was talking to James yesterday, right? And you guys can give me some feedback on this. Monk fruit. Okay. We got to use stuff like that for my son, right? Because he's diabetes, can't have a lot of sugar. So when we do the Zooms, when we do the boot camp, right? I'm just myself. So I talk how I talk, and I curse. I use the F word as a adjective, as a noun, as a verb. Golden Owns, brand new. Welcome, man. Yeah, jump in the Discord. Scroll down. If you don't see the Discord link, I can post the Discord link for you. But jump in there, introduce yourself, and we'll get you rolling. Here's the Discord link if that one's not working. So basically, I want to. We were kind of talking like, should we go towards more professional? Because I can be professional, like 100% professional. Real tight tie. Double Windsor type. But I feel like for me, I enjoy just being myself all the time, right? I can tighten it up and I can be a little bit more professional. But for you guys, I feel like you're getting a little bit more out of it the way that we're doing it, because I don't think there's a lot of other courses that are really taught, like real-ish. You know what I mean? Like most people are just teaching the courses like, here's the information, do with it what you will, right? Where we're kind of like, I like to get to know all of you guys, and I'm terrible with names, but I'm good with faces. That's why I like the Zoom, so I can get to actually see your guys' faces. That way, I'll remember who you are. I might not remember your name, especially because a lot of times we're using the Discord names or the YouTube names and shit like that. So not everyone has like their actual name in it. But it's I definitely remember faces. So it just gives us like a more personal connection, and that's what I like. But if we are a community here, so if you guys would like to see it more professional type, then we can hook that up, right? If some of you guys don't like the cursing, I can definitely pull that back. You know, I don't pull it back for my kids, but I could pull it back for you guys. I don't curse at the kids. I just don't hold it back. It's just not how I was raised, I guess. For me, they'll just know that a bad word is a bad word and a good word is a good word. I'm Jeff. What's that from? I'm 12. Um, okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. I'm CF. AOM. Grateful I've missed the long things to the boot camp. Nice, good stuff. Said no, keep cursing. Fuck that. Uh, okay, cool. I just wanted to check with you guys, and James and I thought the same thing, and that's how I like it. I like how we have like a nice personal connection. Um, feels more like a community than like a class, right? And so when I used to teach combatives, I used to teach hand-to-hand combat. It's called combatives in the army, but I used to teach combatives. I would teach the classes the same way, and sometimes we'd get some officers in there that um, they don't appreciate it, and they're like, hey, you're being a little bit vulgar during these classes, and I mean, in the army it's different, I'd be like, well, you know it, when you're going to be using these things in a realistic situation, it's going to be a pretty vulgar situation, so I'm trying to prepare you guys. But of course, you know uh this is just a little bit different environment, so I just want to make sure that I'm out here for all of you guys, doing what you guys think is best. So if you guys want to just keep it the way it is, then that's what I like to hear. That's easier for me. Then I don't have to tighten the tie, keep the tie off, right? I do like to wear a nice suit. When we go to Vegas, you guys will catch me in a suit for sure. um but in class you already have enough stress because you're trying to learn something, right? So you want to just keep it. I like to just keep it as much as relaxed as possible. Small penis energy. Fucking guys, you guys are funny. Got to make the military PC. You know how those officers are. I appreciate it, guys. Oh, don't hurt my feelings. Yeah, so I mean, some of these officers, they get on their high horse and then they go tattle. But when I was teaching combatives, my like first person above me was a 2-star general. Anytime anyone would give me any grief, I'll be like, "Well, go talk to General Dragon, see what he says. If if you can change his mind, then cool." And most of them would be like, well, who's in charge of you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, General Dragon." And then they would just fuck off. They'd be like, "Oh, okay, never mind." Like, yeah, that's what I thought. It was cool. Got to wear sandals to work every day, shorts. Got to choke people every day, slap people, punch people, kick people. Basically, just the best time ever. His name was General Dragon. Yeah, dude, he was a fucking savage. He was like this. He was this big ass black guy, jacked as fuck. He was probably like 55. He's a 2-star general. He's like 55 years old. But dude, he would come in to the fight house because in the fight house we had like you know, all the like the workout shit because the fight team was there, and he would just fucking, he'd be fucking repping out 225 like it was nobody's business. I think I watched him do 12 in a not 12 12. I think he did 12 reps of 305 one time, and then he did 365. I think he did, was it 365? I can't remember. I never bench pressed that much, so I don't know. But he was a strong ass old man, that's for fucking sure. Brilliant. I'm joining the army. I used to be a recruiter, Andy. You better be careful. General Dragon, sound intimidating. Yeah, it's like the perfect name. Chicken legs, nah, bro. I got those football calves, bro. I just don't have those massive thighs. I'm built for speed. Like quick speed though, like a sprint. He is hiding something. And you know what's funny is that's why I did my lineage to figure out where the name Haven came from. So I don't know if those of you guys that are in the United States, if you've ever met anybody with the last name Haven, they're related to me. I've never met anybody, and I've been all over the United States and all over the world, but I've never met anybody with the last name Haven that's not related to me. Nobody. There's people I've met with Havens with an S on the end, and uh they're not related to me. But Haven, and in the military, I was the only one. Chicken legs, then? What's that mean? You know what's funny is one time, so I'll tell you guys a funny story since crypto's not doing shit. One time, James and I were in Korea, right? And this fool used to make me go to the gym with him every single day, right? We'd get to the gym and I'd be like, I'm gonna go play basketball. And James would fucking be at the gym eating the weights and shit, so it'd take him about 2 hours to munch down about fucking 400 pounds of weight, right? And so we're getting ready to leave for the gym, and this dude starts kind of like shit talking me or whatever. And I was just like, ignoring him because that kind of shit really doesn't get to me. And he's like, what? How'd you sleep? Good. It kind of it doesn't really get to me, and he starts telling me like, oh, he could deadlift more than me, or bench, or squat more than me, or some shit like that, right? Some shit that I just don't give a fuck about. And I looked at him and I just dead serious said, how much weight can you lift when you're knocked the fuck out? And he just got super quiet. And I looked at James, and James just started laughing, and then we were like, all right, let's go. Right. So sometimes, people like, being super strong sometimes not very it doesn't translate into reality, right? And I'm all about reality. Ab implants, bro. I'm all about those ab implants. Just get super fat, still have a 6-pack, be dope. Z, what's up, bro? Yeah. I did the DNA test. Yeah. No, I call it the WMD. I don't want to say it out loud. But not the GPE, it's called the WMD. Reality rules. Yeah, fuck them. And the dude is talking shit to me for no reason, give a fuck. Like, you obviously see me at the gym playing basketball every day. Obviously, I'm not lifting weights. Of course, you're stronger than me. Like, dumbass. Well, let's have a 3-point contest, so shit like that. Like, it's but it's common, it's common. Like, oh, here we go. Yes, about to break up to that value area high. Classic, yeah, exactly, classic. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Exactly. That was the thing when James and I would teach combatives too. A lot of people, so we have females in the army, and the same situation. A lot of people don't want to hit the females because they feel like they're beating on a woman or something like that. But when you're in the situation, in a real situation, No one's gonna be taking it easy on you because you're a female, right? If you're fighting for your life, you're fighting for your life no matter what. It doesn't matter who it's against. You got to learn how to fight for your life. So yeah, it was your XRP bags. Those aren't bags. Those are free. Those are bags of money. Free bags of money. I gotta post a picture. I played Monopoly with my kids the other day and just fucking smacked them, whooped them. How much do I bench? I don't know. I don't really do bench press that much. I do uh all my chest exercises with dumbbells. Do you even lift, bro? I got knocked out by a girl in fighting class. Yeah, I mean some girls are badass. You know, I definitely wouldn't want to fight fucking Amanda Nunes. Probably fucking murder you. Probably fucking eat your brain after. She's psycho. She domed me. I mean something different where I'm from. Bags of zero. Hey, if they're bags of zero, they're free bags anyway, so those are free. Free 99. Yeah, I did that DNA test. It turns out it traced like my family back down to Mexico in like the 1600s and then back to Ireland and England. So English, Irish, and Mexican. Do you like longing the break of 29, 8, 10? Let's see. This G period or this E period? Yeah, I think that's actually not a bad spot. We see that value is shifting up, right? And if we go to our breakdown, we split it again like we see that the value area is shifting up, right? And so I mean the point of control is down, but we see the actual value area shifting up. So, and that's what we're concerned about. Well, now the point of control is up. So we're concerned about value. Like I said, you guys, try not to pay attention too much to just the point of control. Pay attention to value, right? Value. Remember that value. Let me say it again. Value. Um, and so yeah, the break of that O, as long as when it breaks, it runs those B and C stops. Hopefully we can get to that J and start filling some of these singles. I like that. And the US market is up, up, up. Let's see what's happening with the dollar. See if the dollar's starting to turn over a little bit. Not. So that's something to just kind of watch, I guess. You're long, like tall, or long a Bitcoin? I'm just kidding. uh, Fucking hate this following profile, dude. Note value. Yeah, and this is what we've talked about, right? Too many people get focused on price or, oh, this is the point of control. You want to pay attention to where actual value is at. Value. That's the dad jokes oozing out of you. Which one? Can't remember. Oh, long like tall. Oh, this one. That's what she said. Um, I'm longer. Why did you combine the Asia and the pre-close? I just made this because what I like to do, and this is something that Jim Dalton does, is when we have a trend down, now that we're forming value, I like to see a new profile. That way I'm getting a better insight of what's actually happening within the current session. All right, chappies, you hit your 1%. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll see you later. Because we have a poor high, we have a poor low here. If we're including this, we're not going to get that information, right? We are going to get the poor low, but we're not going to get the poor high because of these single prints. And so I want to see if we're going to run to fix this kind of poor high that we're getting in the most recent session ish, because of this trend down. That's why I'm doing that. The dollar chirp is negatively correlated to the Bitcoin, right? So if we see, let's look at the time that Bitcoin really started taking a piss, was about 2300 yesterday. So if we go to 2300, where's 2300? What's today, the 20th or the 21st? It's the 20th, right? Yeah. What day is this on? No, hang on. Here we go. So we really started to get these moved down on the 18th. So we can see on the 18th here, we had that spike, came back down, tested it, and then it's kind of running up now. We see the dollar pulling back a little bit here. So if we can get a little break of this low, so basically it's just a negative correlation. That's it. Why did I long Doge and XRP? Think someone has spiked my drink again. It was probably you. You probably spiked it yourself, bro. Just an accident. Yeah, so we kind of have a poor high situation going on here. Trapped inventory. What? Not right now. I want to see if they go to repair it. We also have a poor low, so you could look for it to repair that as well. Negative correlation, yep. You ever stop making videos? I think I had a family once. Will you ever stop making videos? I don't know. You guys stop watching, I guess. But I don't plan on stopping. I enjoy the mornings. Makes it more enjoyable, especially when James sleeps in. I don't have anybody to trade with. Especially a lot of you guys are jumping onto the ES too. So there we go. We broke that value area high. Let's look for that next level up. Is going to be 43.12 for my ES traders. 43.12. What we're going to be looking for next. Big offer sitting on that 43.10 though. Picking up points like LeBron this morning. He's on the bench. Maybe you're picking up points like Giannis. I seen a thing that said LeBron's 10th appearance at the finals, and if you include this one, and then it showed that he got eliminated by the Suns in the first round. Who will I troll? I'm going to the forest. Magic Man, yeah, so the in excess, right? So if we look, excess is going to be three or more ticks on Bitcoin, 2 or more on ETH. So that will be a good excess, whereas a poor low is going to stop within 1 to 3 ticks, or 0 to 3 ticks, I guess. So that's where you're looking for that poor low, and that's showing that supply shut off. You have not necessarily trapped inventory, it's just there's no strong selling. So in order to break this low and get good excess, you're going to need actual supply in the market to break this low. So basically, just telling you that there's a big buyer right here, sitting right here. And in order for a good auction to come on, you're going to need a big seller. So if it fails to repair the poor high, then it's heading to the poor low likely. Yeah, I mean, and that's pretty much what happened. So this E period came up, couldn't repair the poor high, came back down, couldn't repair the poor low, and now we're back, back into value. When you say trading back into structure, is that the same as trading back into value? Yeah, the thing is, for me for me, trip is what I do. So here's value, right? Value low, value high. I tend to draw like my little microstructure. So when we didn't repair this poor low, I expected it to come back into here, into our little value area here, our little structure that we draw, right? And you can probably use this area if use it at first, I guess, and then as you go on and start to get more experience, I would draw my structure here. Right, that's where I would draw it. That's where I see the structure of the market. Thanks, Barish. Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna have to download Spotify and get you to share that playlist with me. Seems like we probably have a lot of good music in common, so I need some good playlists. I'm about to catch a workout here in about 15 minutes, and I'm gonna FaceTime James and make him work out with me on FaceTime because he's being lazy fuck. Major daily goal. Hell yeah, Big Blaze. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. And way to exercise that good psychology and self-discipline. Yeah, and that's the thing. You guys haven't really heard me take any more trades because I, hit my daily goal and I'm just chilling. There's no point to try to force it. I missed a couple of easy trades, right? That C break and that D follow through was, fairly easy, but whatever. We're chilling, just chilling like a villain at the Holiday Inn. Can you show an example of an offsides play, through ball on the chart? I want to screenshot it. Yeah. Are you in the Discord, John? We don't hear from 3 a.m. anymore. Those of us not in the boot camp currently. You know what? So he texted me last night, right? Or no, yesterday after we got off the class, we were on the phone for a little bit because we caught a little afternoon workout, and we're on the phone. And I was like, bro, they keep shit talking you, saying like you don't get up for the morning streams. He's like, all right, tomorrow I'm gonna get up for sure. I was like, all right, cool. And then he texts me about like 9 o'clock my time, so about 6 o'clock his time. He's like, yo, I'm drunk. I'm not gonna be on stream. And then a little bit later, like when I woke up, I saw the message. He's like, yo, I'm gonna set my alarm. I'm gonna wake up. And I'm just like, sure you will. Nice. Yeah, Magic Man. I'll have to add you on there too. Okay. Yeah, we can find him on the chart because I broke him down in there. That's probably the best way to see him on the PDFs that I sent. Does 3M not like us anymore? Oh, he loves you guys. So where was that offsides play? We saw a perfect offsides play that Andy's caught the other day. I think it was here. I think this is the one that Andy's caught. No, it was here. This was it. So Andy's caught this because no, this was not the one because he caught it right before we got on stream. What time is this at? 2? No. This is 12:30. No. It was a couple days ago. I think it was last week or something. It might have been. I can't remember, but I mean, this one over here looks pretty good. We'll just use this one. So this is your perfect little offsides play right here, right? And let's turn on the candles so you can see it a little bit better. So imagine that this is your defender. Bigger. Imagine this is your. The candles are kind of. I wish they would just mark it. So imagine this is your defender, right? This is the ball. Ball moves up, pushes it through, right? And we have a low of structure here. So this is how you're able to tell that this person is caught offsides because of where it comes down to. So it comes down to a very specific spot. As soon as it gets here, it hits it, good excess, and then immediately starts to trade the other way. All right, so the bar opened right here. Let me So the bar opened right here. It traded down and immediately started to trade the other way. This is the offsides play. You can try to take it down here. I like to wait till it gets back above the P level, take it there, and trade it back into structure. Who is Elon? Is he that UFC guy? New name is 3 a.m. trader. ETH is juicy at the moment. Take a look at it real quick. Oh, Andy's was on ETH? Oh, okay. Ooh, ETH is going. See if it's going to close the singles. We know there's good buying. Nice. Good buying in ETH. Let's see if Bitcoin's going to follow. Oh, this is that breakout we were talking about right on E. So this is the impulse zone. So we broke out of E. We want to see it hold the impulse zone. So it took E and Q, came right to J and couldn't take the J high. Right? Or like the 10:30 a.m. trader. ETH just popped gutted. Missed it. It's all right. There'll be other opportunities. Sniffing the ETH gas. Yeah, ETH is having a mind of its own. That is for certain. Pulling back and trying to fill in some of these low volume areas. So you want to see if it's going to build. We have our previous structure. Let's mark our previous structure, right? So here's the structure high. Here's our structure low. We want to see if it's going to start to get rejected off this structure low. So it's already coming back down. Is it going to form some value underneath of it, or is it going to try to get back into it? If not, it has not much support right here. So this could have just been a pop and then could return back to value, right? I imagine it'll probably try to fill in some of this space, but it is getting rejected right off the low of structure. So it filled the singles. Now it's getting rejected off that low of structure. What? Yeah. That's the kind of kids that you guys need. My daughter is over here. She's like, Dad, 8:30, time to work out. Like, let's go. Tell these fuckers goodbye. She didn't say that, but she just said, "Can I work out with you?" Because they're ready. They're ready. They want to get it. They want to win. They want to win at everything they do. My kids are competitive, man. And like, for those of you guys that have kids, when kids lose that shit, if they're competitive kids, y'all are just sitting. When they're competitive kids, they like just start fucking crying. Is that right to the VWAP? I turned the VWAP off because it kept fucking up. Oh, right at VWAP. Yeah, that's my son, dude. My son, like, he'll be playing something, and I remember being the same way as a kid, right? So, like, I didn't beat my dad at basketball till I was 17 years old. Up 10%, Eric? Good shit, dude. Good shit. You took that long? Nice. The on Bitcoin liquor? They're playing Hunger Games for real now. Oh, you're talking Magic Man, you're talking about here. Okay. Yeah, so see if it holds above. See, it's holding above our impulse area right here. Now let's see if it follows ETH and starts to filling these singles. Here we go. Starting to eat into them. Look for some initiated buying to come in. There we go. See the buying coming in? That's what we like to see. We like to see that buying coming in. That's fine. Some selling, of course. We want to see some buying come in, push this thing up. This one says, "What's a dad?" Damn. High school in the morning. Yeah, it's 8:30. About time to catch a workout. We've got the class this afternoon, boot camp day 2 for the third week. So for those of you guys that are going to be in there, I will see you in there. And everybody else, have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at. And yeah, make sure you guys are managing your risk and sticking to your trade plan. You guys have a wonderful day.